At the beginning of the movie, a man talks about the Janturugkabart people, a group of ferocious warriors whose courage and valor were admired by people from all over the world. He further explains that it was in 1605 that the first Janturugkabart warriors were formed, after the Thai army suffered mass elephant casualties during the war. They had only one aim, which was just to protect the elephants and take good care of them. For this, they created a brutal form of martial arts called Muay Thai. Hearing this, his son, Kham, becomes fascinated and shows his interest in becoming one of them. He then forms a strong bond that cannot be separated with a male elephant called Por Yai. Por Yai wanders in the next scene into the woods with a female elephant. The movie then cuts to a few years later where Por Yai and the female elephant, named Kham, have given birth to a sound and healthy calf named Corn. Kham has also grown up to become a lethal Janturugkabart warrior. One day, as Kham was grazing in the field, some poachers suddenly surrounded him. But before they could take him away, his parents rushed to rescue him. As the poachers begin to run away, one of them mistakenly fires his rifle and it gets Kham. She unfortunately dies, leaving little Corn without a mother. This devastated Kham, who goes to protect Por Yai and Corn at any cost. A few weeks later, while Kham is out with Corn, his father approaches them and talks about the importance of strong elephants. He reveals that the best elephants in the country are selected for the royal king. For this selection, a very intense selection process is carried out and only the mightiest elephant can pass. Kham's village starts preparing in the next scene for an annual festival called Songkran Water Festival. Meanwhile, Mr. Suthep, a local MP, is throwing a large party to celebrate his becoming a member of the new Thai government. It is carried in the rumors that they are going to check the elephants for royal status. A local lady encourages Kham to take his elephant to participate in the competition. Kham reluctantly agrees to take part because he does not want a separation between him and his beloved elephant, although he also knows that it's the right thing to do. He renders an apology to Por Yai in advance should he not be able to see his calf, Corn, again. On the festival day, Kham and his father take Por Yai to Mr. Suthep and his son Khoi. Mysteriously, Khoi tells Kham to wait outside and takes Kham's father alongside his elephant inside the park, where they have kept the other elephants. Meanwhile, Kham wanders around the market with the baby elephant and buys him a bell. Both of them, Kham and Corn, then enjoy a blind boxing. Kham, however, gets so engrossed in the game that he didn't notice when Corn wanders away on his own following a group of mischievous children. At the park, one of Suthep's men makes Kham's father sign some papers that he cannot read and asks him to go back home. Kham's father protests when he senses that he is being fooled and attacks the MP's son. The MP's son, however, becomes angry and shoots Kham's father. This in turn makes the Por Yai angry and he starts chasing the man and his henchmen. Amidst the chaos, a group of men kidnap the baby elephant wandering outside and take off. Eventually, Kham locates his father just before he dies and he tells him about Por Yai. Meanwhile, the giant elephant spots the kidnappers and chases them throughout the city. The poachers, however, dart the elephant and disappear with both animals. A few days later, Kham's father recovers and they perform a traditional oracle ceremony, which is done to locate lost souls. In the scene, Kham somehow learns about Khoi's whereabouts and raids the house. The poachers launch an attack on him and a long fight ensues. Kham is greatly outnumbered, but he manages to beat up the bad guys. At last, Khoi tries to shoot him, but Kham effortlessly confiscates his gun and threatens him into telling him that the elephants are in the hands of Johnny, a Vietnamese gangster. Johnny works for the owner of a Thai restaurant named Tom Yum Goong in Sydney, Australia. Before Kham could leave, Mr. Suthep arrives and sends his goons after him, including through air and water. Kham, however, manages to miss all the guys and even manages to crash one of the enemy boats into the chopper. After 2 weeks, the news of the transfer of the elephants to Australia spread throughout the country, causing protests from animal activists. Meanwhile, Mr. Wataya Tamarat, the owner of the Thai restaurant Tom Yum Goong, gets murdered. It is believed that the reason for the murder was Wataya's involvement with the Chinese mafia gang and many illegal activities that could result to a business conflict between them. The next scene shows Sydney, where police officers Mark, a Thai Australian, and his partner, Rick, are being filmed for a documentary. Mark is stationed in the Asian neighborhood of Sydney where he knows everyone, including the thieves. Elsewhere, a Thai student named Pia is seen to be under threats from a bunch of goons. It is revealed that Pia is the girlfriend of the late Mr. Wataya, and the goons are forcing her to be a call girl to pay the debt of her late lover. In the next scene, a transgender member of the Chinese gang named Madame Rose is seen at a meeting with the leader of the gang and Mr. Sim, her uncle. It becomes obvious that she wants to become the head of security for the gang. However, Mr. Sim feels she cannot bear the responsibility of the office and tells her to manage the restaurant instead, leaving the lady highly dismayed. Kham arrives in Sydney, and when he hails a cab and asks the driver, Jimmy, to take him to Tom Yum Goong, a number of police cars suddenly pursue them. It turns out that Jimmy is a wanted thief who posed himself as a taxi driver. Mark and Rick, his partner, also become part of the chase and eventually corner the thief, but he holds Kham at gunpoint. Well, even without the help of the police, Kham confiscates Jimmy's gun and frees himself. Then, out of nowhere, a third policeman, Inspector Vincent, shows up and shoots Jimmy dead. It happens that Vincent has been after Kham since he left the airport. After the thief drops dead, he tries to shoot at Kham, but misses the shot and Kham runs for safety. Mark, who was puzzled by Vincent's actions, questions him, but he argues that Kham was not a hostage and orders Mark and Rick to catch him. They both agreed and went after Kham. When they eventually got a hold of him, they start driving to the police station. In the car, Kham tells Mark that he is in search of his relatives, without making it known that the relatives are his elephants. Mark stops at the Tom Yum Goong restaurant to meet an acquaintance. Kham sees Johnny from inside the car and becomes erratic. Kham urges Mark and Rick to arrest Johnny, but Mark argues that he cannot because Kham is offering no proof of a crime. When he has no choice left, Kham causes the car to crash and escapes from the car. He then goes after Johnny to a bridge where Johnny was to meet Pia. Kham confronts him and demands his elephants back. Johnny, however, ignores him and tells his henchmen to take care of Kham before leaving. The resulting fight sees Kham easily defeat the henchmen, making them flee. As Kham goes after them, Pia warns him not to mess with Johnny and his men. He, however, ignores her advice and goes after one of Johnny's henchmen. He intimidates him into leading him to Johnny's hideout, interrupting a drug deal. Angered, Johnny summons countless extreme sports enthusiasts, who arrive to fight Kham. A long fight follows, but Kham once again wins. He then tries to go after Johnny, but due to extreme fatigue, he falls asleep in the alley. If you want to know what became of Johnny, Kham, and his elephants after he wakes from sleep, then do well to watch the second part of this video on this channel.